Some agricultural machines impress because of their size. Others impress because of their power. But there is an even more curious type: machines that impress because of their intelligence. These are pieces of equipment created to solve difficult problems in the field, with solutions that seem almost unbelievable. Harvesting cotton and forming ready-to-handle modules at the same time. Passing over olive trees without destroying the plant. Using sensors to adjust harvesting in real time. Working with precision in crops where an ordinary machine simply would not be able to do the job. Today, you're going to see the most ingenious agricultural machines ever built. Some look strange at first glance. Others hide advanced technology behind a rugged appearance. But all of them show just how far agricultural engineering creativity has come. Stay with me, because the last machine on this list may look smaller than many field giants, but it represents a change that could transform the future of agriculture. John Deere CP770 Cotton Picker. The John Deere CP770 Cotton Picker is one of the smartest machines ever built for cotton. Manufactured by John Deere, a North American origin brand, it was created for large cotton fields in the United States, Brazil, Australia, and other cotton-growing regions. What makes this machine so ingenious is simple. It does not just harvest. It harvests, cleans, compacts, wraps, and leaves cylindrical modules ready right there in the field. Before this system, cotton harvesting required more machines, more operators, and much more complicated logistics. The CP770 uses a John Deere 6-cylinder engine with 13.6 liters and power close to 555 horsepower in known versions. That power drives the harvesting units, fans, internal conveyors, hydraulic system, and the module builder. The transmission is hydrostatic, ideal for maintaining a constant speed between cotton rows. This helps reduce losses and preserve fiber quality. The machine uses large tires and a configuration prepared to follow the crop row spacing. Since it carries and compacts cotton, stability and weight distribution are fundamental. The scene of it working is impressive. The white crop disappears through the front. The cotton moves through the inside of the machine, and shortly after, a huge round module comes out of the rear. In practice, it reduced steps, lowered labor needs, and organized the entire cotton logistics process on large farms. Its legacy is strong because this system changed the way many producers harvest cotton. It is not just a cotton picker, it is a processing line moving through the field. And if harvesting and wrapping cotton at the same time already seems unbelievable, the next machine shows that even olive trees can be harvested in a way that seems impossible. New Holland Broad 9090X Olive Harvester. The New Holland Broad 9090X Olive Harvester was built for a very specific crop: olive trees grown in super-intensive systems. Manufactured by New Holland, it was born from the brand's experience with grape harvesters and adapted to harvest olives quickly, precisely, and with less labor. Its shape is the great secret. The machine passes over the row of olive trees surrounding the plant inside a central tunnel. Inside, the system vibrates the branches, detaches the olives, and carries the fruit by conveyors into the tanks. Everything happens without pulling out the plant and without destroying the orchard structure. The transmission is hydrostatic, allowing smooth speed control. In olive harvesting, the right pace is essential. Too fast leaves fruit behind. Too slow makes the operation more expensive. The wheel setup is tall and narrow, designed to work between rows. The elevated structure allows the machine to move through the orchard as if it were swallowing the line of plants. Visually, it is a curious scene. The harvester moves over the olive trees, leaves shake, fruit drops, fans clean out impurities, and the harvest continues inside the machine. In practice, it helps olive oil producers harvest large areas at the right point. That is very important in countries such as Spain, Portugal, Italy, Chile, and other regions with modern olive production. The most ingenious part here is the adaptation of the concept. A machine that embraces the plant and harvests from above may look strange, but it solves a huge problem involving speed and labor. And when a machine can cross an entire plantation without crushing everything, you realize that agricultural engineering also knows how to pull off masterful tricks. Fend Ideal 10T. The Fend Ideal 10T proves that a combine harvester can be ingenious, not only because of its size, but because of its onboard intelligence. Produced by Fend, a German brand from the AGCO group, it was created for large wheat, soybean, corn, canola, and barley fields. Its great advantage is the combination of power, sensors, and electronic control. The machine monitors its own performance and helps the operator reduce losses, improve grain cleaning, and maintain a constant crop flow. The engine is a 6-cylinder unit with about 16.2 liters and up to approximately 790 horsepower in known versions. That power feeds the rotors, cleaning system, straw chopper, fast unloading system, and wide headers. But the real brilliance of the Ideal 10T is in how it uses that power with precision. The transmission is hydrostatic, allowing fine control of forward movement. In heavy crops, this helps balance speed, output, and harvest quality. The T in the name indicates the use of tracks. They distribute weight better, increase traction, and reduce compaction, especially with a full grain tank. That grain tank can reach approximately 17,100 liters in known configurations, giving it great autonomy for large areas. Visually, the Ideal 10T looks futuristic. Dark body, wide tracks, high cab, and an almost cinematic presence in the field. In practice, it solves a modern challenge. Harvesting a lot is not enough. You need to harvest with control, fewer losses, and more information. Its legacy is still being built, but it already symbolizes a new generation of large, connected combine harvesters capable of turning data into real productivity. If you enjoy smart agricultural machines working hard, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell, because from here on, the list gets even more creative and surprising. And if this Fend already seems too advanced, the next machine shows that refined engineering and mechanical brutality can work together in one of the most respected combines on the planet. Claas Lexion 8900 TerraTrack. The Claas Lexion 8900 TerraTrack is one of the most ingenious and respected grain combine harvesters in the world. Manufactured by Claas, a German brand with a strong harvesting tradition, it represents the top of the Lexion line and was created for giant wheat, soybean, corn, barley, and canola fields. What makes this machine so smart is the combination of extreme capacity, an efficient threshing system, and TerraTrack tracks, and onboard automation. In known configurations, the grain tank reaches approximately 18,000 liters. This allows it to harvest longer before unloading, something essential on large farms. The engine is a 6-cylinder unit with about 15.6 liters and maximum power close to 790 horsepower. That power feeds the header, threshing system, separation system, cleaning system, straw chopper, and fast unloading. But the genius is in keeping all of that working with control and efficiency. The transmission is hydrostatic, allowing smooth and precise forward movement. In a combine of this size, controlling speed well prevents losses and keeps crop flow constant. The TerraTrack system uses rubber tracks at the front. They increase the contact area with the soil, improve traction, and reduce compaction. This is very important because a combine with a full grain tank becomes extremely heavy. The tracks help protect the soil and maintain stability in difficult terrain. Visually, the Lexion 8900 TerraTrack looks like a wall moving through the crop. The wide header cuts an enormous strip, straw exits the rear, and the unloading auger pours grain at high speed. In practice, it solves the problem of scale. It helps large farms harvest faster, with fewer stops, less compaction, and more control over harvest quality. Its legacy is strong because the Lexion line became a global reference in high-capacity combines. For many producers, it represents German engineering pushed to the limit of the field. And if this class already blends strength, intelligence, and absurd size, the next machine shows that a machine can be even more ingenious when it can perform several jobs in different crops. Oxbow 6030 Multi-Use Harvester. The Oxbow 6030 Multi-Use Harvester is one of those machines that proves agricultural engineering is also about creativity. Manufactured by Oxbow, a North American company specialized in harvesting machines for specific crops, it was created with a very smart proposal to be a multi-use harvester. Its great advantage is versatility. Depending on the configuration, the Oxbow 6030 can work in different high-value crops such as coffee, fruit, berries, and other row crops. Instead of being a machine built for only one function, it uses adaptable systems to serve different types of fields. This is especially useful for producers who need specialized technology, but do not want to depend on several separate machines. The engine setup can vary depending on version and application, and not all technical data is widely disclosed by the manufacturer. The central point here is not just brute power, but mechanical efficiency and adaptation to the type of harvest. The hydrostatic transmission allows fine speed control. In delicate crops, this is essential because the machine needs to harvest with precision without damaging the plant or the product too much. The wheel setup is designed to work between rows, with good stability and enough height to pass over specific crops. This format allows the machine to surround the planting row and harvest continuously. Visually, the Oxbow 6030 has an unusual appearance. It looks like a tall, narrow structure passing over the crop, with internal systems working almost hidden from view. In the field, its engineering appears in the details: controlled vibration, directed collection, conveyors, fans, and adjustments for each type of crop. In practice, it solves an important problem: mechanizing harvests that once depended heavily on manual labor. This increases output, reduces costs, and allows the crop to be harvested at the right point. Oxbow's legacy is found precisely in this type of specialized machine. It shows that not every innovation needs to be gigantic. Sometimes the most ingenious solution is creating a flexible machine capable of adapting to different crops. And if a multi-use harvester already seems like a smart solution, the next machine enters with absurd strength to turn hull plants into silage at a brutal pace. Krone Big X 1180. The Krone Big X 1180 is one of the most powerful and impressive self-propelled forage harvesters ever built. Manufactured by Krone, a German brand well known in the hay, silage, and forage sector, it was created for large producers, custom operators, and dairy farms that need to harvest green mass on an enormous scale. What makes this machine ingenious is its ability to turn whole plants into feed for cattle with speed and precision. It works mainly with corn for silage, grass, sorghum, and other forage crops. The plant enters through the front, passes through the feed rollers, is chopped into controlled particles, and is launched through the spout directly into the truck or trailer beside it. The engine is a 12-cylinder unit, with maximum power around 1,156 horsepower in known versions. It is a gigantic amount of power to keep the chopping rotor fully loaded, even in dense crops. The transmission is hydrostatic, allowing precise control of forward speed. This is essential because the machine needs to match the amount of crop mass entering without choking the system. The cutting system is the heart of the Big X 1180. It allows adjustments to chop length, something very important for silage quality and animal digestion. The machine uses large tires, built to support weight, provide traction, and deliver heat, and maintain stability during long working days in the field. Visually, it is brutal. The wide front swallows the crop. The engine works hard, and the spout throws a continuous stream of chopped material into the trailer. It looks like a silage factory in motion. In practice, the Big X 1180 reduces harvest time, increases productivity, and improves the consistency of the ensiled material. For large dairy farms and feedlots, that makes a direct difference in herd nutrition. Its legacy comes from the combination of extreme power and cutting precision. It is not just strong, it needs to be exact, because quality silage depends on uniform size, proper processing, and steady rhythm. And if more than 1,100 horsepower in a forage harvester already seems excessive, the next machine shows that harvesting heavy roots can also demand almost unbelievable engineering. Homer Terrados T440. The Homer Terrados T440 is a sugar beet harvester that looks like it was built to face a field as if it were heavy construction work. Manufactured by Holmer, a German brand specialized in sugar beet machinery, it was created for large areas where harvesting needs to be fast, clean, and very well organized. The ingenious part here is bringing several operations together in a single machine, removing leaves, lifting the sugar beets, cleaning off excess soil, conveying them internally, and storing everything in the bunker. Instead of depending on several separate stages, the Terrados T440 enters the field and does almost everything in one continuous flow. The engine is a 6-cylinder unit, with power that can sit above 600 horsepower in known versions. That strength moves the lifting system, cleaning system, conveyors, hydraulics, and the machine itself. The transmission is continuously variable, adjusting power without harsh gear changes. This allows the harvester to move smoothly, even in heavy, wet, muddy soil. The wheel setup is one of its smartest features. The machine uses large tires and steering systems that help distribute weight better across the soil. That care reduces compaction, something essential in sugar beet fields, where the soil needs to remain productive for future seasons. It impresses because of its size and the number of systems working at the same time. The machine lifts the roots, shakes off the soil, cleans the crop, and fills the bunker like a mobile factory. In practice, the Terrados T440 increases productivity, reduces labor, and allows large areas to be harvested within the right window. Its legacy is German efficiency applied to a difficult crop. It shows that harvesting sugar beets is not just pulling roots out of the ground. It is controlling power, cleaning, soil impact, and logistics at the same time. And if this sugar beet harvester already looks like a heavy engineering machine, the next one shows that delicacy and intelligence can also work together in a much more sensitive crop. Pellenc Optimum 890 Grape Harvester. The Pellenc Optimum 890 Grape Harvester is one of the most ingenious machines ever created for modern viticulture. Manufactured by Pellenc, a French company strongly connected to vineyard mechanization, it was developed to harvest grapes quickly, precisely, and with as little aggression to the plants as possible. The great secret is the controlled shaking harvesting system. The machine passes over the row of vines, surrounds the plant, and uses carefully adjusted movements to detach the grape clusters. After that, the grapes are collected by internal systems, cleaned by fans, and transported into the tanks. The transmission is hydrostatic, ideal for maintaining constant speed inside the vineyard. In grapes, the wrong pace can knock down too many leaves, damage fruit, or leave production behind. The wheel setup is tall and narrow, made to move between tight rows. The machine needs to be stable, precise, and careful, because vineyards can have sloped terrain and sensitive plants. The engine setup varies depending on configuration and market, and some specific data is not widely disclosed. The focus of this machine is less on brute power and more on fine harvesting control. Visually, it is curious. It looks like a mechanical portal moving over the vines, with the central tunnel surrounding the row and the internal systems working non-stop. In practice, the Optimum 890 helps producers harvest at the ideal point, especially when the ripening window is short and manual labor is limited. It can also be adapted for other vineyard operations, depending on the equipment installed, which increases its usefulness throughout the year. Its legacy is showing that mechanizing a delicate crop does not mean destroying quality. On the contrary, with the right adjustment, the machine delivers speed, consistency, and precision. And if harvesting grapes carefully already requires refined engineering, the next machine enters a crop where mud, weight, and precision come together in an impressive way. DeWolf Quattro. The DeWolf Quattro is a potato harvester that draws attention because of its look and its mechanical intelligence. Manufactured by DeWolf, a Belgian company specialized in machines for potatoes and root crops, it was created to work in large fields where productivity and crop care need to go together. What makes this machine so ingenious is its ability to harvest 4 rows of potatoes in a single pass, lifting, separating, cleaning, and storing while moving. It enters the soil, lifts the potatoes, removes dirt, clods, and plant residue, and carries everything to the bunker with as little damage to the crop as possible. Power varies depending on generation and configuration, but known versions of the Quattro work with a 6-cylinder engine and power in the range of several hundred horsepower, enough to move all the internal systems. The transmission is hydrostatic, allowing smooth forward movement and precise control. This is fundamental because a rough operation can bruise the tuber and reduce the value of the harvest. The wheel setup and steering system are designed to reduce compaction and improve maneuverability. In some configurations, the machine can work with controlled lateral offset to distribute weight better. Visually, the Quattro looks like a potato factory on wheels. It is large, full of conveyors, rollers, cleaning systems, and inspection points. In the field, the scene is hypnotic. The soil rises together with the potatoes, passes through a sequence of separation, and the crop moves cleanly into the machine. In practice, it reduces passes, increases output, and helps large producers harvest within the correct window, especially in regions where the weather changes quickly. Its legacy comes from a simple and powerful idea: harvesting more rows, preserving the crop better, and reducing soil impact at the same time. And if a potato harvester already looks like a mobile factory, the first place machine completely changes the game, because it does not impress by size, but by the concept of the future it carries. Monarch MKV Electric Tractor. The Monarch MKV electric tractor closes the list because it represents one of the boldest ideas in modern agriculture: an electric, intelligent tractor prepared to operate with a high level of automation. Manufactured by Monarch Tractor, a company from the United States, it was created to work mainly in vineyards, orchards, vegetable farms, and properties that need precision, low noise, and lower emissions during operation. What makes this tractor ingenious is the combination of electric propulsion, sensors, cameras, connectivity, and autonomous features. It is not just a smaller modern tractor. It was designed as an intelligent platform capable of working, collecting data, and helping the producer make faster decisions. In known data, the MKV delivers continuous power around 40 horsepower, with a peak close to 70 horsepower. For the type of crop where it works, that strength is enough for tasks such as spraying, mowing, light transport, and operations with compatible implements. Because it is electric, it does not use a traditional diesel engine. The system works with batteries and electric motors, offering instant torque, less noise, and lower maintenance needs compared with conventional tractors. The transmission is electric, with no gear changes like traditional mechanical tractors. This means smooth power delivery and precise control at low speeds. The machine uses conventional agricultural tires, with traction suitable for row crops, orchards, and vineyards. Its compact size helps with tight maneuvers and in areas where large tractors are not practical. Visually, the Monarch MKV looks like a tractor from another era. It is compact, modern, full of sensors. With a clean design and a presence different from the classic tractors many people grew up seeing in the field. In real work, it solves increasingly important problems. It reduces noise near workers, lowers emissions, enables data monitoring, and can operate with assistance and autonomy features in certain tasks. On farms that use precision agriculture, that makes a difference. The tractor stops being only a source of power and also becomes an information tool. Its legacy is still beginning, but it is already symbolic. The MKV shows that the future of the field will not be made only of bigger and more powerful machines. It will also be made of cleaner, connected, autonomous, and intelligent machines. And that is why it takes the top spot on the list. Because maybe the most unbelievable machine is not the biggest, nor the loudest, but the one that points to the next chapter of agriculture. These were some of the most ingenious agricultural machines ever built. Equipment that proves agriculture does not evolve only through brute force. It evolves through smart ideas, creative solutions, and machines capable of solving problems that once seemed far too complicated. We saw harvesters that wrap cotton right in the field, machines that pass over olive trees and vines, combine harvesters that use sensors to improve performance, forage harvesters with absurd power, root crop harvesters that look like mobile factories, and even an electric tractor prepared for the future. In the end, these machines are not just work equipment. They are solutions made of steel, rubber, sensors, and technology, created to help producers harvest better, lose less, and produce more efficiently. Now tell me in the comments, which of these machines did you find the most ingenious? Which one seems the most unbelievable working in the field? And which one would you like to see operating up close on a real farm? I also want to know which machine was missing from this list, because the agricultural world is full of curious, rare, and brilliant inventions that deserve to appear in a future part. If you enjoy this type of content, go ahead and leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell. This is very important for the growth of the channel, because it shows YouTube that this content is relevant and helps the video reach more people who also enjoy agricultural machines, tractors, harvesters, and incredible field equipment. And stay tuned, because every week there's a new video about the most brutal, ingenious, and impressive machines in the world. I'll see you in the next video.